Okay, everyone can hear me? Okay. Okay, at this time, I'd like to offer an invitation. Good now, Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and again for the opportunity to come together to go about seeking your guidance and your wisdom to conduct the business of the city that we all in this room call home. Father, we pray for those that are sick but who may not be able to be here with us tonight, those who have special needs, whatever they might be. We know that you know what these needs are. Father, we come to this table, we ask your guidance and your wisdom, and help us to make decisions that would be the right thing for this city, but those that will be pleasing unto you. And Lord, we ask that we leave here tonight, after this meeting, that we all go about trying to do the work that will create a better environment for each and every one of us to live, work, raise our families, carry out our lives. In Christ's name, amen. The next item would be to adopt the agenda. And we do have one addition to our agenda for tonight. So have to ask for a motion to amend the business agenda to add special recognition for the wall-to-wall cross-country bicycle ride, and also a closed session at the end of the North Carolina General Statute 143-318. So I'll call for a motion to approve the amended agenda at this time.
So moved.
The motion by Mr. Sheridan, second to the motion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. At this time, I would like to present the proclamation to Ms. Joan Evans, if she would come forward.
You want to say something?
This is a proclamation for wall-to-wall cross-country bicycle ride. Whereas the wall-to-wall cross-country bicycle ride is a 4,263-mile journey across the southern half of the United States by two Iraq War veterans, and whereas Wesley Leon Valentinos, who is a three-time Iraqi War veteran and three-time Purple Heart recipient and a double amputee, and Jeremy Stack, who is a retired NFL player, United States Marine friend and former teammate of Pat Tillman, and an Iraqi War veteran, will be riding a hand-crank bicycle and a standard bicycle, respectively, across our great nation. And the overriding purpose of the wall-to-wall cross-country bicycle ride is to raise awareness and support for our nation's veterans, veterans organizations, veteran suicide awareness, and to promote veteran centers on all college campuses throughout our nation. And given the fitness qualities that bike riding imparts, a secondary motive is to draw attention to the increase in childhood obesity, and most importantly, how this epidemic can be prevented through good lifetime fitness activities, specifically bike riding. Whereas Wesley and Jeremy will be in Runner-Graphics on May 21st and 22nd, 2012. I, Emory Dowdy, by virtue of the authority invested in me as the mayor of the city of Runner-Graphics, and on behalf of the Runner-Graphics Council and the citizens of Runner-Graphics, hereby recognize and thank Wesley and Jeremy not only for their service to our nation, but their inspiration in undertaking this cross-country ride to raise awareness of and support for our veterans and to promote good lifetime fitness activities. I have unto my hand and cause the seal of the city of Runner-Graphics to be recorded this 8th day of May, 2020. Thank you very much.
You said everything I was going to.
The opportunity to be able to do this.
Okay.
You know, I don't know how many people will tune in, but certainly pass our thoughts and our prayers
I will.
continue this long journey, and we'll follow up with you.
Okay. I'm trying to arrange a specific time that they might be downtown at some point, and I will try to let that get out to the media and to you when I know that for sure.
Maybe she'll give you a little more notice. She told me this morning at 6:30 at Oscars.
He knew last week.
Okay.
But you did it, Derek. Thank you.
At least
Thank
it
you.
Anyone signed up for unscheduled public comment? We move on to item 5, which is the approval of the council minutes. We have 2 sessions of minutes, 1 work session on April the 3rd, and 1 regular meeting on April the 10th. We can, take care of these 2 sessions of minutes in 1 motion. We'll call for a motion that they be approved as presented. Have a motion by Councilman Bobbit. Second to the motion.
Second.
That was a second by Councilman Thurby. Is there any more discussion on the matter? If there be none, all in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. That motion will be carried. We recognize the clerk for a tally of votes on reappointments to the Library Advisory Committee.
The unanimous vote is for Jim Young and Sylvia Ezel to be reappointed.
Can we pass it in 1 motion? Can we call for a motion to approve these 2 individuals to be reappointed to their respective committees? We have a motion by Ms. Cowan, second by Mr. Bobbit. Any more discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. And all opposed, no. That motion will also be carried. We'll move on to the public hearings section of our agenda tonight. Item 7. The first public hearing will be an amendment to the Roanoke Rapids land use ordinance. And I would like to call Mr. Dale Holland to come forward and present to us tonight. Thank you, Mr. Holland, for coming.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
At its, April planning board meeting, the planning board considered an amendment to the current text of the land development ordinance, which would allow open air markets and horticultural sales in the B1 zoning district as a special use permit. The open air markets and horticultural sales are currently allowed in the R40 and R20 zoning districts by special use permit, and in the B4 zoning district as a use by right. This would again be in addition to the B4 district as a use by right, as a special use. Beg your pardon, I apologize. The planning board in its consideration found this amendment to be consistent with your comprehensive plan. It is supported by 5 of your economic development policies, which are generally supportive of new and existing business expansion, and in particular supportive of new business and helping attract business opportunity from the surrounding area into the city of Roanoke Rapids. At the April meeting, the planning board voted to find the proposed amendment consistent with the comprehensive plan, and followed that with a motion to recommend that the council amend the ordinance to allow the horticultural sales and open air markets as a special use in the B4 district. And Mayor, if I may suggest, it would be appropriate to open the public hearing for public comment.
Madam Clerk, do they have to be sworn in, just come forward and state their name? At this time, I would declare the public hearing on this issue to be open and ask for anyone who would like to come forward and speak for or against this item to do so at this time. If you do, please state your name and your address. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Matthew Stevens. I'm the horticulture agent for Halifax County Cooperative Extension. And in that capacity, I oversee the farmers market this amendment for the reason that farmers in the county and surrounding counties use the current farmers market as a way to sell their products 2 days a week. For a number of reasons, it's not currently feasible for that market to be open more than those 2 days. So we are looking at other opportunities for those farmers to sell their goods. And if this amendment passes, I think we have that opportunity to support our local farmers. So asking for support for that reason.
Thank you very much. Would you mind, does anyone from the council be appropriate, any questions? Thank you very much. Is there anyone else that wishes to come forward and speak? If not, I would move to close the public hearing at this time. Then next, it would be appropriate to consider a motion to adopt a statement of consistency. I would call for a motion at this time to adopt this. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. And all opposed, no. Item 2 will be approved. And then we move to item 3, to consider a motion to adopt the amendment to the land use ordinance. Call for a motion to approve at this time.
Question I made, and it would probably be to Kelly, she's here, I know she's not here today, maybe, and that is in relation to, we're approving that it's able to be there, but will there be other stipulations put on that in relation to the, I know the hours and the timing and who, and I know that there may be some distances as relating to how many can get in and out of there and those types of things.
They'll have to, apply for a special use permit.
Right.
And go through that process, and that's when they would address the hours of operation,
Yeah,
all those details at that time.
yeah. Just put it,
This is allowing
Right.
to, have a special use, and then
right,
you have to have another public hearing on
Right.
the special use permit.
okay.
Mr. Hall?
If I might, the reason that this is being added as a special use permit is because the circumstances surrounding these open air markets vary frequently from market to market. And when locations change, conditions change, and that flexibility is necessary to be sure that the city and the property owners in the area are protected appropriately.
And that's why I said, kind of what I was looking at, maybe we need to look at that to kind of tailor that in a little bit, so that when we do get to that point, we'll have some guidance and things to go along with looking at that a little bit deeper, because I've seen Wilson has a real nice one, and then there are some that, I believe it was Wilson, and then there are some that may not be quite as, so I was just saying that to say that we could look at that, make sure that we have something in place so that when we do get to that point, we'll have some guidance to go by. Thank you.
I think do we have a motion on the floor, a motion and a second? Okay, is there any more discussion at this time? There be none, at this time, we call for a vote to approve. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. And all opposed? No?
We didn't have, we voted on the statement of consistency, but
We
not
did not have an item
to
to it.
adopt.
Okay, we need to back up. I would call for a motion to adopt the amendment of the land use ordinance. We have a motion by Ms. Calvin. We call for a second.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Lawson. Okay. That's fine, we got straight now. No more discussion on the matter. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. And all opposed, no. Now it will be carried. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Next again, I will call on Mr. Holland for a rezoning request on Weaver Kirkland Housing to rezone a parcel of land on West Becker Drive between 10th Street and Georgia Avenue.
Thank you. Again, at the April meeting, the planning board considered a request from Weaver Kirkland Housing Limited, which is located in Greensboro, to rezone approximately 5 acres located at the end of the paved portion of West Becker Drive from R8 to R3. Generally, this 5 acres is located between Georgia Avenue and East 10th Street. Just for the public at large, to help more specifically locate this, West Becker Street is the street that enters East 10th Street next to BB&T, and it sits, which the intersection is kind of catty-cornered across East 10th Street from the shopping center, from the mall. This property is located at the end of the paved portion of West Becker Street. Again, the property is currently zoned R8, which is primarily a single-family residential zoning district, to R3, which will allow for multifamily development. The planning board first found the request consistent with the comprehensive plan, which under residential policy states first that the city encourages different housing densities to abut one another as long as proper buffering and design is provided, which would have to be approved by the city if the property is rezoned. And secondly, that in locating high-density residential development, the city should consider close proximity to employment, shopping centers, access to major thoroughfares, transit systems, and the availability of public services and facilities, and certainly this site meets all of that criteria. Therefore, the planning board found the action consistent with the comprehensive plan and approved the statement of consistency, and secondly, passed a motion recommending that the city council approve the proposed rezoning request. And Mayor, it may be appropriate to open the public hearing for comment.
At this time, I would declare that the public hearing be open. Would also ask if you'd like to come forward and speak for or against, that you come to the podium and state your name. So at this time, come forward.
Okay, thank you. Looking to see if there's anyone else. Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Linda Wall. I'm Vice President of Weaver Kirkland Housing. We are an affordable housing developer located in Greensboro. However, we develop across the Carolinas for low-income households, families, as well as seniors. Our development here is proposed to be a 40-unit development for seniors. I did bring some photos. If anybody would like to pass those around, I'm happy to do that, of a project that we've recently completed up in the western part of the state that is a prototype for the development that we plan to do here. So I'm just going to pass those if y'all want to look at those as we go along. And also, this is the larger photo of these that are going around if anybody would like to look at this. The proposal is for seniors aged 55 and older. The residents who will be able to live here will be seniors who make no more than 60% of the area median income. The rents are established so that they must be able to pay the rents with their income, so it is not a project-based or subsidized rental development. We have applied for the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency for funding for the project through the Low-Income Housing Tax Credit Program. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all, but this project will also have some home funding that comes through the state of North Carolina, and as well as a low-income tax credit that comes through the Treasury Department of the state of North Carolina. We've done this many, many times across the Carolinas. Our current portfolio has about 700 units plus in it, and we primarily picked this area because of the market. There's a huge demand in the county and in this general area for senior housing. This, as you can see, is an all-inclusive. All the units are under one roof, and we are finding that the seniors really do enjoy this type of community as opposed to scattered housing or, normal, I would say normal apartment living, because they get under this one roof and it's like one big family. They all, just get together and they get to know each other, and it's a place where they can age in place. All of the units are either handicapped, fully handicapped equipped, or they are, we're able to go back in, and if someone has lived there for several years and all of a sudden they need a bar in the bathtub, we've already got everything, in the wall, so that all we have to do is install that bar for them. So all of the doors are handicapped, the width and the thresholds and everything is, where it can be modified to become a handicap unit if that becomes necessary for the tenant. The location here, as far as where this site is concerned, we chose it because the Housing Finance Agency this year required that any site that would be developed would have to be within 1/2 mile of all of their essential services. So we chose a site that was located less than 1/2 mile from the grocery and the drugstore and the shopping, so that they would have things that were easily obtainable, as far as the services for them. We have applied to the Housing Finance Agency a preliminary application back in February, and June the 8th, we will apply a second time, which is just more of a final application or a full application, and at that time, our zoning has to be in place. So I'm against the tight schedule, and I'm hoping that you will consider this request and help us to be able to go forward with the project if it's funded. I will say that it's highly competitive, so I cannot of surety tell you tonight that we will get our funding here, but our company has been in your community for many years as far as construction. We did the British Woods and the Colony Woods, those properties that were developed here under the Farmers Home Administration many years ago, so I'm sure that those are still in very good shape, and we do pledge to be a good neighbor, a good part of your community if you allow us to come here. So happy to answer any questions if anyone